This section of the video will take you through how to clean up your building membership. If you are already in eWalk, use the breadcrumbs at the top to get back to the MX web. If you're just starting eWalk, after you log in, you'll be at this screen, which is the correct place to continue. You will notice that I have more icons under my admin functions than you have. You should at least have Site Manager. Please click on Site Manager. You will see a list of the buildings that you have been assigned to. If you do not see that, click the plus sign in front of your district name and you should see the buildings that you are assigned to. I'm going to use agency support, and I have more buildings than you do just because of my login ability. If I click on the agency support, and you of course will click on your building, you will see over to the right information about your particular building. While you have the ability to edit this information, please do not. This has been imported from your bed's data and we'd like to keep it consistent. At the top left, you'll notice that all the tabs are grayed out except for Site. This tells you that you are in the Site view. To make changes to staff information, you will click on the Member tab. And when I click on that, you will notice that the Member tab becomes white. There are plus signs in front of Teacher category, Administrator, Student, and Principal category. These categories will exist if you have members that have been added to them. If no one has been added, you will not see that particular section. Go ahead and click the plus sign in the front of the teacher, and I have done that already, and you'll see a list of the staff members that are assigned to your building in eWalk. Cleanup of your staff is an ongoing process. If a teacher leaves your building, because they're part of your history, you will not want to delete them. Instead, you will deactivate them. If a teacher leaves your building and returns, you will reactivate them. For this reason, if a teacher is new to the building or district, you will want to check the inactive list before adding them to make sure that they do not already have history with your building that you may not be aware of. If a teacher is new to your building, you may create them as a brand new member. A teacher may reside in more than one building, and if that is the case, this teacher will have to be created in each building. Just make sure you're using their State of Iowa teaching folder number as their ID in all buildings. That way the data is connected together. If a teacher is moving from one building to another in the same district, they will have to be moved from that building to their new building. At this time, you do not have the rights to do that, so please contact Wendy Robinson at Heartland and she'll have them moved for you. You are also able to edit information in the teacher profile. Let's take a look at how to deactivate a member. Let's click on a member to deactivate. I'm going to choose Mary Johnson. Notice how I clicked on her name. To the left of each staff member, you have three icons. The red arrow allows you to deactivate. The middle one that looks like a pencil is for editing, and the third one is to change permissions. Because it's easy for the mouse to be not in the exact place when you click on it, I choose not to use these icons to work with a staff member. Instead, once you click on their name, you will see the same icons at the top of their profile. If I click on Mary Johnson, you'll notice that I can click on the deactivate icon. If I click on the deactivate icon, I will get an error message that makes sure that I choose to deactivate this member. I'm going to click OK. You will now see that Mary is not on my list. To see if Mary is inactive, I can click on the View Inactive Member text at the top here. Once I click on that, you will see that Mary is listed. To bring Mary back to my active list, I will click on Mary's name and click the Activate Member. Please notice that the arrow to the left here is now a green arrow moving in the upward direction, where it used to be a red arrow moving in the downward direction. That is the Activate arrow as well. I'm going to go ahead and click to activate her here. If I click on Activate, I will get a message that says, "Are you sure you wish to do this?" I'm going to click OK. Notice Mary is no longer in this list, and actually at this point no one is in this list because I am viewing members in the inactive list only, and I have no one who is inactive. To find your current staff listing, click the View Active Members text at the top here, and you'll be back at the full list of staff members. To add a new staff member, click the Create Member over on the left, Create Member. When I click on Create Member, I will have a profile list that I can enter information over to the right. The first thing I will have to do is select a type or a category that this person belongs to. You will notice that I have student, teacher, principal, or administrator. Please make sure you have the correct type before you do any saving, as this is the one item that is not editable. Should you choose the wrong type and save this member, you will have to deactivate them and recreate the member with the appropriate type. I'm going to choose teacher, as most of the staff that people deal with are in this category. I will enter the State of Iowa teacher folder number as their primary field, and I'm just going to type in here State of Iowa, if I can spell right for you, folder number, so you know that that's what belongs here. I will enter their first name, I will enter their last name, and their gender. Now, if a staff member, such as a nurse, is part of the evaluation process but does not have a teacher folder number, you can use other characters. This information that you use for them, however, needs to be unique and consistent throughout the district. We suggest you use the first part of their email address to the left of the @ sign, but make sure all buildings use the same format. You may want to add their email address to make it easier for you to send them the walkouts that you have created. While I have put needed on the email, it is not a required component of the profile. But should you not add the email address here, you will have to manually enter their email address each time you wish to send them their walkthrough information. You are welcome to add additional information into this profile if you wish. When you are done, at the top you must click the Save button or this information will not be saved. I'm going to click the Cancel button because this is just test data for this. Editing an information in a member is very easy. You can click on the member you want to edit, again, or you could use the icon in the center, this middle icon. But I'm going to choose to edit them using the edit icon across the top, which appears once I've clicked on their name. I can now change any of the other information that I want with the exception of the type. And this is why we mentioned to be very, very careful about the type that you add when you create a new member. I can make changes to any of the information here. Please remember though, while you can change the primary ID, do not change that, as that is the item that ties the data together. Once you are done, click the Save button and the information will be saved and updated. You are now ready to clean up your staff information. I hope this video was helpful to you as you move into using eWalk.